leadership camp, we have what we call a social test. We teach our boys to engage socially. People you don't know, go shake their hand, go say hello. All the time again, we don't mean to be, we just sort of anti-social sometimes. These people you don't know, say hello to somebody you haven't seen. Cartier, you met that guy there? Meet him. You should meet him. You never know when you'll see that guy. Meet that guy. That guy there is an academic scholarship, playing football at Mississippi Valley State University. You know, Jerry Wright went to Mississippi Valley State. Willie Tyler was going to the ball, but they never mentioned Willie Tyler. Mississippi and catch a pass. First of all, I want to thank everybody for being out on this morning. And y'all don't have to put on Robert Jackson's shirt just because he's big and he gave it to you. Prison value, make sure when you're taking pictures of people, they got on Robert Jackson's shirt, raise the camera up to their head. Robert Jackson is my big brother. I'm excited this morning, and for several reasons. One, because each of you are here, and two, because we are at the historical Manhood University. Manhood University is the only PBI in the state of Indiana. The only predominantly black institute in the state of Indiana. Been or attended HBCUs or familiar with HBCUs, understand the power of it. So we're glad to be here at this historical place. We're going to have a couple of things, of course, as anything you make certain adjustments and things of that nature. I want to thank my Evolve team. Y'all get in my hand for me, my Evolve team. One of the crazy with me as we try to push forward to get things done. We're going to do some simple things, but we hope that they're powerful and impactful as we challenge each other to engage. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say hello to you, I'm going to pray, and then I'm going to open it up for the president of this university, who typically, really truly doesn't need any introduction. Dr. White is a history maker. He's an Alabama guy, man, Southern guy. He used to be a hooper. He used to be a hooper. And he's got the records to prove it now. He's a bad boy. But he's changed, he's turned, everywhere he's went, he's made a difference. And I was telling him today, one of the best things I've read thus far in my life is Leadership Beyond Excuses, The Courage to Hold the Rope. And it's written by Dr. White. And it's a very challenging book, but it's really encouraging for leaders. So I don't know how many more you may have, maybe a gift copy for that, but Leadership Beyond Excuses, and it's empowering us to be encouraged. So what I want to do is I want him to come forward. He's going to challenge us and engage us in the concept of leadership. What we need most, I believe, in our community is for our men. When people ask me what's the problem, I tell them the problem and the solution are the same. Problem and the solution are the same. I believe that the problem that we're facing is black men. And I think that the solution to the problem is black men. When black men stand up and get engaged and take their rightful place, I think that all things change. And if you look at our system, you'll see that I think it's intentional to incarcerate as many black men as possible. That's just my position. But we'll get into that kind of discussion. But with that being said, let us pray real quick here. Dear God our Father, we thank you so much for this time, for this morning, for allowing us to gather here. We pray for those who may be traveling to make this place a place of information and engagement. We pray for those who had a desire. And we just ask that you cover the speakers and those who are making presentations on today. And for the men and those of us who may be attentive, may our hearts and our minds not be the same after leaving this conference. May the information not only rest in us, but start to protrude out of us as we engage our community, tear down some barriers, and save lives. We thank you, we honor you, and we just appreciate you for being our God. In the sweet name of your son and our Savior, we pray. It's awesome. Amen.
Amen.
All right, so listen, I want to bring up the president of Manhood University. I am growing to stay connected to him, a great leader in his own right, a champion, an author, a father, a husband, a great African-American history maker, Dr. Eugene White.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning again.
Morning.
I am honored to be with you this morning to my student, mentee, Reverend Howard, to Brother Jackson, and his continuous leadership and efforts, and to his t-shirts he's giving out today. To all of you for being here. We're glad to see you. I see I have two of my MVPs here, most valuable professors. Dr. Hiller is in the house. He's over here. Dr. King. Dr. King a little while ago, and he's Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.'s first cousin. We talked to him about that a great deal, but the great thing is he's one of the best professors we have in teaching our religious studies program here at the university. I want to say welcome to all of you to the university this morning. And I know that Reverend Howard has worked to put this conference together. He's talked to me about it on several occasions, so I know that he is very conscientious about providing a platform for you to receive information, because he truly has the best interest of everyone here at heart. So let's give him a big hand for his efforts. He asked me to share a few comments on leadership with you this morning. Leadership is one of those areas that I have a little expertise in. We are even in the process over the next 3 years of creating a doctorate in urban leadership program here at the university, because we are very, very serious about getting all people, but especially African Americans, to step up and assume a role of leadership and a role of determination in their lives. And so I guess we'll share just a few comments with you and let you get on with your meeting. Dr. King said that we need intelligent, courageous, and dedicated leadership. And of course, he was a great example of courage, intelligence, and of course, he was a great leader. Holland said that God give us leaders. A time like this demands strong minds, great hearts, true faith, and ready hands. Leaders whom the lust of office does not kill. Leaders whom the spirit of life cannot buy. Leaders who possess opinions and a will. Leaders who have honor. Leaders who will not lie. Leaders who can stand before a demagogue and damn his treacherous flatteries without winking. Tall leaders, sun-crowned, who live above the fall in public duty and private thinking. The world indeed today needs leadership. And in the Black community, we need everyone to assume a role of leadership today. So the first concept I just want to share with you this morning is, what is leadership? Leadership, if you're going to do anything and be out front, you put yourself in a very precarious position. They tell me that you can have the best intentions, you can have a great program, but if no one will follow you, you're not a leader. And you know, one of the things about leadership is It helps to have an education to be a leader, but some of the greatest leaders I know have poor education. Some of the greatest leaders I know in this country are gang leaders. And they know the secret of leadership. And the secret of leadership is one word, and it's called relationship. You can't lead people who you can't relate to, okay? If you don't have a relationship with them, it doesn't matter. It's like we used to tell our teachers, students don't care how much you know until you know how much you care. And leadership is about people believing that you care about them. Leadership really starts with the individual, and in order to be a leader, because it's not easy work, there are certain things you must know. One, what's the foundation of a leader? Basically, the foundation of a leader starts with who he is. And I'm not talking about his name or his address. I'm talking about his beliefs. You can be no more than what you believe. Some leaders think they can fake what they believe. You can fake it for a while, but reality will bring the truth out. You must know what you believe in order to be an effective leader. Why? Because beliefs are the foundation of you. Belief leads to values. Your belief and your values lead to purpose. Beliefs, values, and purpose give you the courage to create the vision, to formulate the plan, and to evaluate to make sure you get it right. It's just that simple. Again, it all starts with what you believe. You can't say you believe in that all children can learn and then call some children's dummy. You can't say that you love everybody and you can't respect your fellow man. You can't say, you can't, as a leader, you got to understand not only what you can't do, you have to classify your capacity of things you can do. Don't promise what you can't deliver. Like I was telling Dr. Howard this morning, he said he wanted 100 men here. I told him he can't control the number. The only thing he can control is the effort, and that is his intent is that of a leader. He has to keep working with it. He has to keep working on it. But some people think that they can get in jobs of leadership and go through the motions. But I'm telling you, if you don't have beliefs and know who you are, the job of leading other people will tear you completely to your core. If you don't have a strong core of beliefs, it will destroy you as an individual. Because people will very soon discover what kind of leader you are. You just can't fake that. And the other thing is, not everybody should attempt to be a leader. Some people say that leaders are born. No, people are born with characteristics that allow them to be decent leaders. But leaders are made, okay? You can make leaders. There's not a certain look to leaders. Leaders come in all shapes and sizes, okay? Leaders are individuals who have to have a strong understanding and constitution about the direction they're going in. I can tell you today, as we look around and we look at the spirit of people or the faith of people or what's going on in the world we live in, it helps for a leader to have a spiritual foundation. It helps for a leader to believe in something greater than man. Because if you only believe in man as a leader, you're going to be compromised because men will let you down. You have to have something strong to hold on to. When men go away, you got to have something to grab, okay? And so it's important that you know that one of the values that you must have as a leader, one of your beliefs should be in somebody bigger than you, okay? That's very, very important. But beyond that, a lot of people think that if you get a lot of money, you can be a leader because you have money. Money will give you opportunities, money will give you influence, doesn't make you a leader. I think Mr. Trump is going to find that out somewhere down the road. Just because your daddy left you millions of dollars and you took it and made more millions, doesn't mean you're a leader. It means you're a rich man, okay? And there are people who would do anything for money, and they're not doing it because you're a leader, they're doing it because you got the money. Because there are two things you have to understand if you're going to be a leader. There are two kind of powers for a leader. Think about it. What are the two powers that a leader would have? There's only two powers for a leader. One is positional power. And that is, if I'm president of the university, I'm a leader. Because by my position, I'm going to tell somebody to do something, they're going to do it, else they're not going to be at the university. So, positional power, I got power, I can lead, I can do certain things, just by saying of being the president. But you know what? That's not the greatest power you can have as a leader. The greatest power is not positional power. The greatest power is personal power. If you look back in the 60s, you have President John F. Kennedy, and you have Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. President Kennedy had positional power because he was the president of the United States. He was the greatest, most powerful leader in the world. What did Dr. King have? Really, he had the personal power of his conviction and belief, and it gave him tremendous power. Okay? When you look at leadership, somebody said many are called, but few are chosen. Just because you talk loud and faster than other people don't mean you're a leader. Sometimes a leader is the person who's sitting back and watching you talk, and when he finally talks, everybody's gonna listen. Okay? But please understand this. If you forget everything else I say, leadership starts with who you are and what you believe. What you believe will create your values. And your values will give you purpose. If you don't have purpose, you're going to be counterfeit. Okay? If you have strong beliefs and you say you have strong values, you don't do anything with them, you don't have any purpose. It doesn't mean anything. Some of the best people I know had tremendous potential, but they never did anything with that potential. In my neighborhood, I was a very good athlete, but I wasn't the greatest athlete in my neighborhood, okay? But there were others with greater potential. But you know what potential is? It's just like having a Rolls Royce, a Beamer in the parking lot with no gas in it. It looks like a car, it smells like a car, you get in it, the door closed like a car, but it's not going nowhere. And if it doesn't move, it's not a car. You know what I'm saying? You have potential, but that is not enough to say you're a leader. Until you put some gas in it and make it roll, you're not leading anything. So looking good, talking loud, and all those type of things do not make you a leader. And I guess probably the greatest thing that leaders need is courage. Because sometimes as a leader, you're going to have to stand up when everybody else says no, you're going to have to say yes. It's not going to be sun shining every day when you're a leader. Sometimes it's going to rain, okay? And as a leader, if you can't look in that mirror and know who you are, respect who you are, it's time to walk away, okay? When I was superintendent of schools, that was always my thing. And that is, when I was doing something for the wrong reason, it was time for me to leave. Now, what was my purpose? And I met one of my former students today. Sammy blew my mind because he's gained a few pounds since I knew him in Fort Wayne. But Sammy said he knew that I always put children first. I did. Because if you're going to be a leader, you got to have some anchor that's going to guide you. For me, as an educational leader, it was always about the students. Here, at the university, it's always about the students. We are a student-centered university. We care about our students. We want a culture of support because without the students, we don't have a university. And if they're not successful, we're not doing our job. So it all starts and ends with the students. That's my purpose. That's what drives me. You have to have the courage sometimes to say, no, we're not going to do that. It's like the old people used to say, everything that's popular is not right, and everything that's right is not popular. If everybody's doing it, that's probably a good sign you should do it. Okay? Leadership takes courage. If you don't have the courage to stand up when other people are running away, then you're not going to be the effective leader. Now, I say this because the first rule of finding a leader is the best leaders I know were good followers. You have to learn how to follow before you learn how to lead. Because if you never follow anyone and no one can tell you anything, then you're fooling yourself. Okay? If you're the smartest person in every room you go into, you know what the problem is there? If every room you go into, you're the smartest person, you better find you a different room. Okay? It doesn't give you an advantage to be the tallest midget. Okay? It is very, very important for you to understand that leadership is not a popularity contest. And if you're going to be an effective leader to get up every day, you got to have the courage to keep going. Now, that's one thing that comes after beliefs, values, and purpose. You know what they give you? They give you passion. You got to have the passion to keep going when other people don't want to go. You got to have the passion to go when they think they're going to kill you. You still got to have the passion to keep going. As a leader, if you want, I used to tell people when I was in K-12 education, I used to tell my school principals, if you want to be popular, you're in the wrong kind of business. If you want a friend, buy a dog. Dogs will always be your friend. They rub your nose, you feed them, they make you feel good all the time. Okay, but don't look for friends in the people you lead. Because sometimes friendship is not what they're looking for. They're looking for a person who can get them to a better place. So leadership is sometimes misunderstood, but I would say this. If you have the beliefs, the values, the purpose, develop the passion, and the courage, you gotta have a plan. Because as a leader, if you don't have a plan, and you just have a vision and no plan, you have a problem. What do they call people with a vision and no plan? Well, I call them just people having hallucinations. You be walking around talking to yourself, don't mean anything. Until you put your vision into action, doesn't mean anything, okay? It's very, very important for you to understand that and the whole scale of leadership. And then at the end, when you've done your plan and you achieve your vision as a leader, you're gonna have to evaluate it because don't let people make you think everything's okay. Why do you have an evaluation? You don't have an evaluation to get at somebody. You have an evaluation to get better. Because if 70% of the people say it's okay, it's not okay. Okay. If 100% of the people say it's okay, you need to look at the instrument you use. Okay? It's very important that you don't let people intoxicate you with flattery as a leader. Because sometimes they tell you anything that they think you want to hear. And they play to your ego. And they will fool you in a minute and drop you in a second. Okay? So it's very important as a leader that you know who you are, because the only person who will always be with you is you. If you can't respect you at the end of the day, then you shouldn't get in the game. Because leadership is a tough game. Many are called, but few are chosen. Like the old people used to say, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everybody wants to be a leader, but very few people want to try like you gotta do if you're gonna be an effective leader. So that's like an overview. I'm going to close with this particular statement about leadership, and it's very simple biblical verse. It's from 1 Corinthians 13th chapter, the 11th verse. It's very simple. It says, when I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways. You gotta be a grown up in order to lead. It is too important to have children leading other people. And the inmates can never run the asylum. You have to have the courage, the patience, and the will to be an effective leader. With that, I hope you have a great day, and I hope if you're serious about one day, look around the room, from these little guys here all the way over, it's never too early to start to learn how to lead, and the best way to learn how to lead is to learn how to follow. So be a great follower, and one day, maybe you'll have the opportunity to lead. But don't do it for the show. Do it because you can make this world a better place. Right. Thank you for your attention and time this morning.
Appreciate Dr. White. Let's give him a hand again. I should have asked Ms. Liddy to make sure she had that book. Try to see if I can have that. So we want to move here. Again, I hope you guys are taking notes of this stuff. This information is impactful. So now, I want to bring before you Sherman Freeman from Greenwood, Mississippi. He's an advocate for utilizing education to help transform lives and revitalize the Mississippi Delta. He currently serves as the director of the high school equivalency program at Mississippi Valley State University in Nevada, Mississippi. He's able to give second chances through this program. He served as the director of Pathfinders program. This was really, when I heard that, I'm gonna say it free. When I heard that Sherman was doing this, I got really excited when he was doing this program. He was the director of the Pathfinders program at Mississippi Delta Community College in Moorhead, Mississippi, where it was focused on academic success of African-American males, and he served as the field liaison in the community service and under department of Mississippi Valley State did the same thing. But through this capacity, he was able to bring thousands of African-American males through the GED high school equivalent program. And so I don't want to read all of this stuff to make it, too technical. I just want you to know that he's been working for many years in the Mississippi Delta. He's coached for a number of years at the Greenwood Youth Football League, established the first Let's Walk Greenwood Health Initiative through the mayor's office. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Health and Physical Education, Recreation, and Master of Arts degree in Rural Public Policy and Planning from Mississippi Valley State. He is married to Dr. Sharon Ferguson Freeman, and they have 7 children, and one of them is here with us now. Jordan, stand up real quick. Let me see Jordan. Jordan, y'all give him a hand. Jordan is here with us. Look, I want to do that stuff real quick because I want to tell you that this guy, when I was growing up as a kid, Sherman Freeman was my big cousin, right? So he was the guy that would, this guy was sort of crazy, right? So the guy would make us run. And we'd be on the tracks running. He have a stick behind us. Like, run, you need to work out, run. He make us work out. And to this day, that's one of the reasons why in our leadership camp, we make our young boys work out. We make them work out, we make them exercise. He would try to keep us in physical fit, as well as trying to give us as much information as he had to make sure that we didn't go to prison or go to, one of those guys, the guy in the neighborhood who doesn't have the official title, but he's everybody's big brother, everybody's big cousin, everybody's big leader. And so just watching him evolve and now doing it in a more professional sense, but he's been doing it since he was a kid. And I think he was a teenager at that time, dancing to do dishes with a shag in the back of his head. Great football player, free safety, so he's got football mentality. So I told him he's got to get us engaged. His concept is being engaged with passion. His concept is being engaged with passion. So I wanted Dr. White to take us into how to do it as a leader. I want him to talk about the passion of being engaged, and then we'll move to our workshops to be educated beyond comparison. So I want you to know that the next voice you will hear is a friend of mine, my big cousin, a great leader, a coach, a father, an educator, Mr. Sherman Freeman. Y'all give it up for him.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let me say this first. I'm gonna say this word. I want you to know what this means. Glossophobia. Glossophobia. Anybody know what that is? Tell them right quick.
Claustrophobic is when you're in an area and you feel like you're all closed in, you don't feel comfortable. You feel like you gotta get out of it. Too, like you ain't closed, you can't move nowhere.
Okay, let's close. Glossophobia is the fear of public speaking. Okay. Look, now I'm from the South. If y'all don't understand what I'm saying, say, do this right here, so we don't get that. I'm good in country. But glossophobia is fear of public speaking. And that's something I suffered from for a long time. I'm up here with y'all now. Y'all see me get sick. I get shaking. They said, break down, brother. You'll be all right. Let me know, but anyway, I got over it. I'm going to tell you how I did get over it. About a few years ago, I went to a church to see somebody preach, who I thought, I'm talking about this guy here, he invited me to a church that he was going to be preaching there. This is my little cousin. So I'm like, okay, let's go see what the Lord's going to say. I got there, this guy spoke so eloquently and so well, so I was like, man, I can't believe that dude did that. So, not saying I was surprised, but it inspired me to try to be able to get up and do public speaking. Because even though he said I was crazy, I did a lot of stuff when I was young, but you know how they say we can't talk. All the time we talk is when we acting a fool, but when the time somebody tells us to say something, we won't get up and say that. That's how it was. I was just ignorant, and it wasn't think that when it came down to talking, I freeze up. But I've gotten better, and I thank that to my cousin. He didn't know that he was going to inspire me to start doing this type of thing. When I saw him, I wanted to give you pride. What's the word for that? Let you know, you get proud to. Thanks. But anyway, yeah, that's my son, Jordan Freeman. My wife, they're here too. My wife and my other two girls, my daughters, they're here. My husband is older. But we came here I came to try to talk to y'all and let y'all know. First, I'm gonna talk to y'all about choices and decisions. Then I'm gonna give you a little story of mine, tell you about me, what I did, how I came to be where I am now. Okay? First, I'm from Greenwood. Do anybody know what Greenwood, Mississippi is?
Yeah.
Anybody know what Greenwood, Mississippi is famous for? Famous? Well, there's not a whole lot. I can tell you that. But one thing is we're known as the cotton capital of the world. So that means the most cotton is picked in Greenwood, Mississippi, and all over the world. All right. Another thing is Stokely Carmichael made his famous Black Power speech in Greenwood, Mississippi at Broadway Park. First time it was said, spoken was done in our park in Greenwood. Also, we got some more things that we're famous for. We know it's not good. The guy that murdered, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. He's dealing on Beckwith. You know, y'all know who? Mega Eggers. That's another thing. And also, the killing of Emmett Till was done in our county. They killed Emmett Till in our county. So that's where my people are and where we come from. What I want to talk to y'all about, can I take this off there? What I want to talk about is choices and decisions first. Can anybody tell me the difference between choices and decisions? Young guys right here, I'm let them, what's a choice? You do what now? Okay. choices and decisions. Choices are options. Decisions are what? The decision is what you decide on out of your choices. So a lot of people think decision and choice is the same thing. I know our grown people know what it is, but the difference is decisions are what you choose out of the options. So now, and I'm gonna give an illustration, and I'm gonna show some consequences. Now, I thought we were gonna have a lot of younger guys, but I know you older guys, y'all know y'all understand where I'm coming from. I'm gonna give you this illustration. Okay, say you're a working man. You get your income tax check. You get your income tax check, and what's some choices you can do with that income tax check, the income tax time? Guys, y'all work. What could you do? Give me an option. Give me a choice. Huh?
Pay some bills.
Pay some bills. What else? Buy a car.
Give it to the wife.
Get your kids new clothes. All right. What about saving? Putting something up to save.
Yeah.
Okay, then we really want to get deep. What about flipping it? What is flipping? I know y'all know what flipping it is. Investing. Investing in something positive or something negative. Investment is investment. Let's talk, man. We can keep it real. And flipping, I said flip. Y'all know the street word for flip is. What we do when we flip it?
Put it in the game.
There you go. So we can flip it like we can go buy us a kilo, right?
Right.
What's gonna be now? This is why I'm asking this now. We can save it on this side. We can flip it on this side in a negative way. But now, what is the consequences of flipping it in a negative way?
30 years.
Huh?
20 years. 10 years. Yeah, prison.
Prison.
Yeah.
What is the positive? What's the good part of flipping in the negative way? What could be a good thing for flipping in the negative way?
More money. You increase your money.
You increase your money. But what's the consequences of increasing your money?
Get robbed.
You got to worry about the folks knocking on your door, right? You got to worry about possibly trying to go get it flipped. You might get shot trying to, because they rob, they ain't just dealers, they rob too, don't they? So you got that going on. But if you take it and put it in the bank, or you say, okay, I need a car, I'm gonna buy me a car, but I'm gonna put the rest of the bank on, they get big check now from out here, they get $6,000-$7,000 back in income tax. Right or wrong? I don't know, last thing I got an income tax about $2,000. You see what I'm saying? But I hear these people say they got $8,000 and $7,000. I'm like, what? But so if you take it and you put something over there in the bank, what is the positive part of that? What come out of that positive?
It's safe, it's secure,
There you go. You don't have
and
to
it's
be like
there.
police.
And it's there.
There you go, and it's there. See, what happens is a lot, and that's what I'm getting to, is a lot of our people, our young males, in fact, they want to do things fast. They don't understand the consequences of stuff. Yeah, they want to do it fast, and they end up, you've done that, but look at what you end up getting, and then what happens is it don't last long. Fast stuff don't last long. It ends fast too. In my hometown, I have a guy that he had probably $1 million. He started selling drugs when he was about 21. Did it for about 7 years. He did about 10, 12 years actually. Ended up getting 20, 25 years in prison. Guess where he at now working? Mickey D's. Mickey D's. Now, nothing wrong with working at Mickey D's. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I tell my kids, work anywhere you need to work, long as it's positive and it's legal. Work wherever you need to work. But guess what? This guy, I'm sitting there looking now, I said, you could have took a shortcut and worked at Mickey D's. You didn't have to go to prison to come back and work at McDonald's. You see what I'm saying? You could have went on when you were 21 and started working at McDonald's, and now you could be the manager at McDonald's. But we have to go and try to do the big thing and get us 20, 15, 20 years. I mean, not saying this, that we don't make mistakes. I make mistakes, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I made mistakes myself. But the thing is, I try to tell my young men that, because they see this, they want the girls, they want the fame, they want the cars, so they go and try to make quick money and don't realize that, take the time, brother, it's gonna come, just do it, just earn it, because if you get it and you don't deserve it, you're not gonna keep it. It's not gonna, because you don't know how to handle it. You're gonna mess it up some kind of way, or you're gonna end up in prison. And the streets is really tough now. Okay, that's what I want to discuss with y'all. And this is what I'm about to tell y'all about my how I came up and everything. I made a lot of bad decisions, but I'm trying to fix them now. But I'm gonna tell y'all this story. It might take about 4 hours, so y'all bear with me, okay? Now, like I said, I'm from Greenwood. I grew up in the poorest part of Greenwood, Mississippi. And in fact, I know the house that my grandma had was the raggedest house in my whole town. Now, saying that, and I'm serious, my house was so ragged, I was telling my kids that my house was so ragged until I had a girlfriend when I was about 9th grade. And then when I would come, I would always go to her house. I didn't want her to know where I stayed at. Cause man, my grandma, they'll tell you, my grandma's house, that was their stocking home. But he can tell you, we had so much junk around there. Y'all talking about Sanford and Son? Man, my grandma had plastic all on the front porch. We had TVs all in the bedroom, all inside. It was warm because there was so much junk around. It couldn't no crack and that, no air getting that. It was hot. But anyway, I had a girlfriend come to my house one day. I'm sitting there chilling. It was cold, so I'm laying on the couch. This girl came to my house. Knocked on the door. I didn't know who it was. I opened the door. And I'm like, cause she don't know where I stay. Where you going? I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I went outside. I said, you know what? We don't go together no more. I also say something. What am I trying to get off my porch? I don't go. I don't go with her because I was so ashamed. Look, I was so ashamed. I'll tell you what I would do. I would get her when her mom took me somewhere. I would get her mom to drop me off at somebody else's house. So that's why I wonder how she know where I stay at. How you know where I stay at when I've been getting you drop me out way across town? You come pop up. I've been knowing where you stay. Now let me say that. I'm saying all this to say that it's not. I can tell my kids because I'm older than that now, but it's still funny to me. I can tell my kids and all my students that it's not, you don't have no control of how you brought up as far as until you get 18 or 19. I felt that way as a young man, a young teenager coming up, but I realized that made me a better person living like that, made me better than some of the people who had more than I had. Because I got had now, they would laugh and talk about it, but guess what? I was a player though. My wife had me here. But girls still like it, they didn't care about that house. And I didn't realize that, man, a lot of people can see that they don't care that about that, And that's what I try to tell them, man, whatever happened to you or whatever, the way you come up is not your fault. You're not responsible for that. But once you become 18 years old, you're in the driver's seat. You got a steering wheel now. And not saying that your parents can't help you, but you control it. You gotta do what you want to do on your own to take care of you and yourself. And so I want to just share that story with y'all, let y'all know this how regular house was. But anyway, I played football at Greenwood High School. I had probably 7 or 8 college offers, but guess what? My grandma was uneducated. Nobody in the house went to college. So, and I was too hip. Just straight up too hip. I knew everything. Everything except the right thing. I was playing football. I had the girls, and I didn't want to ask anybody how to get in school. I had offers to Auburn, Jackson State, Valley State, Tougaloo, LSU, and Grambling. Now, guess what? I had all I played free safety contact. But I didn't know the first thing about taking an ACT test. I didn't know how to even talk to go to college. Some colleges called me, and then our counselors weren't working with me, right? They weren't working like they're supposed to. They worked with the rich kids. People who had a little bit more than I did, kids. They made sure they got to school. So, and I'm not blaming them. I'm over that too. But I did when I was young, to be honest with you. But anyway, I realized what my problem was. I had that false pride. I did not want to let people know that I didn't know something. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask somebody for something, for some help. Help me do this, help me do that. When you help, and you know so much, you got to think, you talk about everything except the right thing. Everybody else trying to get in school, take ACT. Guess what? I never took ACT test in my life. Never did. Didn't ask anybody. And was scared to tell people. And now I say this for my young man, when you have issues, that's why I tell my son, when you have something going on, don't sit around and don't know and just continue to not know. You know, you're gonna be ignorant. You'll be in last place, not knowing something, not asking a person for something, for some help. And so what I ended up doing was, I'm gonna tell y'all this too. I hope I ain't going over time, because there's gonna be a minute. What I ended up doing, I graduated from high school, didn't go to school, didn't go to college at that point. I found myself that September, October, guess where I found myself at? In a cotton field, trumping cotton. Y'all know what trumping cotton is? Anybody? Trumping cotton, what you do when you trump cotton is, when the cotton picker come in from the field, and they dump it over into the module, what you have to do is, whatever's left in the picker, you get up there and pull it all out of there, and then you trump it down in the module. Now, I made $30 a day, but guess what? We start working at 5:30, 6 in the morning, and we'll come home till 9 o'clock at night. We was out there so late, man, I saw so many stars. I ain't know there many stars in the universe, because it's late and we out in this country, and I feel like football time was coming up, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get it with $30. It was $30 a day. If they kept you all day long, it was just $30. If you worked 30 hours that day, if you doing it 24 in a day, it was $30. So at the end of the day, I made $150, and I realized I had. And guess what? I had a friend, and he had dropped out, and he was out there working, and I had made a few kids when I was in high school. Like I said, I was a player too, and I wanted to be a guy the right way. So I realized one thing I was trying to do, I was working to try to take care of my kids, the kids I had made. I was 19, 18, and I knew I had to take care of them. But anyway, my friend, he didn't finish school, he the one got me the job. So they let you know, I started asking for help now. I see, because my people told me, guess what they said? Then I was 18, I had kids. They said, you know what, we're not giving you another allowance. No allowance, so I started cutting her hair. You cut near the hair, you had the line way back there. So I started cutting hair to make me a little money. The hair would take care of no kids, I had 2 kids. So I said, okay. I went to the military. In January, caught out, went to the Army. Army lied to me. I don't know if a lot of y'all know that, but you know they'll tell you a lie. They'll tell you whatever they want to tell you to get you there. They told me I wasn't going over no water, period, all this stuff, man. Time I got out of basic training, they sent me to Hawaii. I said, that is water. You said I don't have to go to water. No, we said you don't have to go cross seas. I said, yeah, it's the ocean. But anyway, the first thing I did, I stayed in Hawaii for 3 years. I stayed in Australia and Guam. Now, mind you, when I went to Australia, I don't know how any of y'all been to Australia before.
That's right.
Now you talk about 18, 19-year-old dude who never slept outside, been in the city in a little town, they don't call it no city, and was really just not that brave. I was brave. I could fight like these say now. The other person who had come was somebody came at him. But now I'm talking about, I got to Australia and I found out they had 150 of the most poisonous snakes. And now I'm scared of snakes. The 2 things I'm scared of in this world is snakes and tornadoes. I tell my students, y'all don't see that white truck, the tornado come out, you head down 82, because I'm not gonna wait. But I get over there, it's 120 degrees in the daytime, 40 degrees at night sometimes. 120 in the day, 40 at night. That means we had to train at nighttime because it was so hot. They wouldn't let us train. But you know, now, and then when we had to bathe, we was in the outback. Crocodiles is in that water. So when we had to bathe, we had a team system where when I bathed in the water, my partner holding his gun to watch for the crocodiles come. When I get through, I had to hold my gun away from them, see if they gonna come and bathe from the shit. It was just that dangerous. Now, you're talking about 18, 19 years old, and you going through all this stuff. I realized, I thought about looking around and find out some of my friends was going back to, was in college. I was getting mail. They were saying, man, dude from college, he playing football. He playing football. Some guys playing football. Like I know I was better than. I'm like, how they get him? How they playing football? And I'm right here with 120 pounds on my back. I can't assault her. It was about this long, about 30 pounds. So you know, like, I was angry because of what I did was I did that. I brought that on myself. I had to look back at it and say, you see, this is what happens when you don't ask questions. Those guys were asking questions. How to get into school and how to go play football in college. But I didn't. I like that. I had to take whatever I could. But granted, I say this: the military it disciplined me. It made me a better person. It made me see things a whole lot. I was angry with it for a long time because they lied to me. And I was young. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you this. On the way to Hawaii, there was a 7-hour flight. All the guys was on that happy that they were going across seas and stuff. You know, they all drinking everything. I was 18, I couldn't drink. Get what I was doing on the airplane. Balling. I cried for 7 hours. Because I'm a young guy, I ain't been nowhere. I hadn't been anywhere, man. You know, I want to do this. I'm still a little kid, just still going to high school dances. Shipped me way over here. I don't know nobody. So I was like, I thought about something else. They was able to drink. They sorry for waiting. Because they were drinking. I couldn't drink because I was just 18. So I had to sit there and just tough down. I cried, man. But anyway, what I did was, now, get on out there. But what I did do, I came back home. Me and my father opened a convenience store. And I started running the store. We ran the store for about 8 years. When I was in the store, I started working on my degree. I said, look, I have time. I can sit there and get my degree. I went on and I got my bachelor's in 3 years. When I was working on my bachelor's, that was my friend. I had some friends that were still from the hood, and they would tell me, they would be like, dude, I don't know what you get your degree for, anybody gonna hire you. Man, I don't hear that. I'm still working though. You know, I'm like, okay. I have no feelings. I hadn't done anything wrong. So I'm like, okay, get my degree. I got my degree in 3 years, 3.5. Those same guys, okay, I went on, I did that. I went on and got my master's. I got it in a year and a half. I was ready to do it because I'm motivated. I'm motivated to get what I need because my kids are getting older. They weren't going to be able to wear those short pants. Oh, and I got to take care of my family. So I went on, I got my master's. I started working on that program that they'll talk about at Mississippi Delta. What I did over there is I had 200 students per year in that program over 5 years. I had 1,000 guys. 80% of those guys went on to be successful. They got their degrees, their associates, or they got a certification in plumbing. What I tell them, everybody don't have to go to a 4-year school. Everybody don't have an associate degree. I always teach them, school is not for everybody. If you want to get your certification, drive your truck. Become a plumber. I gave them examples of people, plumbers, people like that make good money. Because a lot of people think that they just got to have a bachelor's. Everybody don't have to have that. But you can do, I always stress to them, do whatever, get some kind of education. Get educated in whatever you want to do. That don't mean get a master's or a doctorate or a bachelor's. Get something. Because the way this thing is going right now, if you don't have a type of certification or some type of degree, you will be in last place. But if you can get electricity, y'all know what they charge, electricians, plumbers. And now what they start doing is, you know what, you're right. I don't want to go to school that long. Okay, let me go ahead and get you into this plumbing thing. You know, masonry, anything. Everybody's not made to be in an office, and everybody can't be a football coach. You know, so that's what I had to start teaching them. So 80% of those guys, out of 1,800 of them went on to do what they need to do. My record was good. You know, these are numbers I had to turn into the Department of Education. Not trying to brag and stuff, but what I did was I taught them this. Well, I had to get them trusted first. That's the first thing we have to do with our black males. They got to see that you can understand, you trust them, because a lot of them don't have fathers in the house. A lot of them don't have fathers at home, and they don't want a man telling them that sometimes. They can listen to their mom. They like a lot of men with their fathers because they haven't been there. So what they do is, when you come out, found that out real quick. I found out you come to them hard, they're gonna come to you hard. So what you have to do, you have to get them to see that you will listen to them first. That's one thing I do. I listen to them, and I get them to see that I will do that, and I get them to get that trust. And once I got that, they come to me all day. They just wanted somebody to talk to, because I realized what I did wrong was I didn't talk, I didn't ask questions. So what I have to do sometimes is I have to go prod, get in the bed, man, what's going on? That's Miss Freddie. Ain't nothing going on. Come on, talk to me. This me. Come on, they go to the office. Because I can tell when something wrong. Well, come on, talk to me. And that's what they do. If you get them by themselves, they'll open up and they'll talk to you. But a lot of people, man, they ain't open their mouth. They will. If you just sit there and listen to them, don't just talk at them. Listen to them. Listen to them. My son had to teach me that. I'm gonna tell you this. I know he's here one day right now. One day we was talking, and he told me he he was real shy. He wouldn't talk that much. And I would always be at him about not talking. One day he finally talked and he told me, Dad, it's like you got an anger issue. And I said, when he told me that, I realized, I said, you know what? I might, because I didn't do this with other people. With your child, you're trying to make him come on out. You want him to talk and be more aggressive and things like that. But he told me that, and I realized, I said, you know what? He's right. And I might do come off a little bit too hard. And so I started listening to him and listen to others, and it works. It works when you listen to them, and they'll follow you to the moon if you sit there. And sometimes I have to get on that level now because I have to let them know I'm from the streets too now. And I got this thing that I call it schizophrenia. I'm able to adjust to any situation. I can sit here and talk to the president today. I can get over here and talk to these guys in the hood today. You know, whatever situation I'm in, I can adjust to it. And we have to be able to do that. Because they want to come, I have to tell them, now my kids want to come to school with their pants sagging. You know, that's your style. But when you come in my office, when you come in, pull your pants up. You know, you in school now. Act like you're somebody who's trying to get education. Don't act like you do on your hood. When you want to get back in the streets, go back in there, you can do that. But right now, dress like a student for. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. And I know he can tell I'm talking too long. I don't want to talk too much longer. But what I do, y'all, because I thought it would be more younger people, so I had to kind of change what I was talking about. And but I do enjoy working with young men and women. I have to right now in the HEP program, I have to work with a lot of ladies too. But I tell my guys this. It's another thing I tell them all the time. Do not be the smartest person in your house. Y'all get me, guys? Don't be, now when I say the smartest, I don't mean don't have no sense. I'm saying that when you get ready, I had to teach them to choose the right type of woman. Because the wrong woman can bring you down. Amen. So I had to share with them. My wife, right now, she has, look, a lot of people be laughing at me, think I'm stupid. My wife, she has a PhD, she's a doctor. And a lot of guys, your wife make more money than you do. We stay in the same house. You see what I'm saying? I don't care what else, she can make all that money come in the same house. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? I knew she was smarter than me when I met her. You tell me that, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? And then, if you, especially to the guys who know that they were almost special ed or whatever, you know, I don't want to say it the wrong way, negative way, but you know that you barely graduated high school, don't you be the smartest person in your house. Have somebody that can help guide you in the right direction, because that's what happened to me. I met the right woman, and that inspired me to go on and get my education, because she was getting hers. Now, I'm not going to ever get a doctorate. I ain't trying to keep up with her. You see what I'm saying? But I think that was one of the best things that could have happened to me, and I try to tell my guys. Now, when I say be the smartest person in your house, that means you have the most, and I wish more young men here, you have the most street sense in your house, okay? You be the person with the most street sense in your house. I don't know if y'all get where I'm coming from, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with having a smart woman to be able to help you when you know you can't do algebra. Okay, because I can't do no math. So she's a bachelor's in math, in math education. But anyway, that's one of the most important things I think we can share with our young men, to tell them to just get the right person to live their life with. Because a lot of them get the wrong people. You can think of have a good man. If you got a bad woman, it'll mess him up. You can have a bad man and get with a good woman. They can straighten them out. Because I went straight a little bit once I got out of the department. I did a lot of little things that wasn't right. And started hanging out with people. That's another story that they don't want me to get through. But I talk all day. But anyway, I got with the right person, and that changed my life, and it made me want to help other people. And another thing I tell my son is too, once you get where you want to get, once you get where you're going to be able to help people, reach back into the community and help people. Don't leave people behind. Go get them, go back into that community. Like I do that area that I grew up in, I'm there every day, talking to the young men, trying to get them educated, because I know sometimes, I know their fathers are not there. I know that they don't have uncles. People don't care about education in the area. You know, they drop out, it's fine. So what I do is I go give them, you know, I give them that, show them report cards. I say, if you You don't have no D's or else I'll give you $5. Look, they bring me the report card for $5, you know. But sometimes they hurt my pocket though. But just go back into your community, teach them to do that, because they're gonna do, our black men gonna be all right. We got a lot of people think they're not, but they're gonna do good, and once they do good, I want them to go back and help people in those areas that, you know, let's all work together to make sure that we do a good thing, okay? All right. I know Brother Howard wearing me out. I ain't ready to stop talking. He made me come all the way to Indianapolis when we talk 5 minutes. Now, don't count this there, man. We ain't got nothing to do. I know I'm boring y'all, man. Thank y'all, though.